I just want to kind of highlight these for you, is that, and it's a theme that I've talked about for a long time, which is that there is a long, hard road for enterprise AI diffusion, meaning companies, large, medium, and small, adopting AI, figuring this out, and actually using it in a productive way where their employees are augmented, serving customers, making better products, etc. And the specific item that I wanted to highlight was a very interesting post by Aaron Levy, who's the founder CEO of Box, an enterprise storage company. Very smart fellow. And he had a post up on Twitter which had like 8 points. He just had been on a bit of a roadshow around the country, talking to business customers, and got a good sense of what people are doing with AI. And a couple of key points to highlight. There is absolutely a very fast transition going on, as you'd expect, from AI being used as chatbot search, enhanced search kind of capabilities, to AI used in an agentic form within companies. So that's the good news. The bad news is that means that these companies have to literally change their posture on a dime, where they had these plans for rolling out, diffusing, as it were, the chatbot part of their capabilities, but now all of a sudden they have to introduce and get their entire company and supply chain and ecosystems familiar with the agentic part of the services. So that takes a lot of additional investment, additional training, additional reformulations of products and services, in many cases patching them on to existing products and services, and hopefully in some cases creating AI native services. And the reason I'm going into the weeds of this is because this is hard work and it takes time. And that is one of the key issues in today's AI, where the technologies on a secular basis are moving very fast in capabilities. Just notice how fast we've transitioned from chatbots to AI agents. Both are growing fast, mind you, but the newer thing is growing faster. That's the good news. And all of it requires a lot of compute. And that's the bad news, because compute, as you've talked about on a whole bunch of shows and posts of late, takes time. It's everyone's trying to build many gigawatts of data centers. 1 gigawatt data center, rule of thumb, is about $50 billion. And that's why you have all the big tech companies spending cumulatively over $700 billion this year alone, and bigger numbers that are envisioned in the next year and the year after, which obviously builds a lot of lock-in demand for companies like NVIDIA that we've talked about. But so everyone is seeing this exponential demand from an investor point of view. Then everyone's saying, okay, where are the returns? And the returns in every tech wave take longer than we like. And in this case, with AI, with multiple waves going on, the multiple technologies that have to be absorbed, adopted, figured out, and deployed in companies at just massive scale effort, it just takes a long time. So it just keeps convincing me is that this stuff is going to take a lot longer, despite the best efforts and biggest investments by these CEOs into these technologies. Everyone's leaning in, but it's hard work. And so that is the endless reality of AI deployment. So you've got this breathless excitement over AI on the one hand, and this endless reality of diffusing it and getting enterprises to adopt it, etc. And this is, by the way, true at the individual level too. I've written several posts, and I've talked about them in recent days, about how just, as individually, I'm really working hard with a lot of these AI agents and technologies, and I'm very excited about using them. But there is a lot of endless reality, I would say drudgery. And I've talked about this in terms of the steep learning curve of adopting this, figuring it out, etc. And so we're in this stage, and when you take something that is very difficult at an individual level and multiply it in an enterprise scale, it just takes longer than we like. So those are the two major news items that I wanted to highlight. Again, this will be up in a written form, etc., that you can take a look at in future posts. But I just wanted to highlight these two items.